What's up guys, it's Dwayne, back again for another video, back again for another reaction, and today's a great, amazing, wonderful day. And you know why? Because it's another Sweden day. Common Swedish items that every American needs. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction, let's go.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It is my last day in Sweden for a while. I'm headed back to the US tomorrow. But before I leave, I wanted to do this video where I talk about some common items in Sweden that are totally normal to people who live here. But when I saw them for the first time, I was like, wow, these are really cool. So I have a few different household items here. Some are food and some are just like items that I'm going to talk about that when I saw them for the first time, they kind of blew my mind.
I wonder if they're going to be quite similar to items we have in the UK, or are they going to be completely different, and is my mind going to be blown? Let's see.
In the best way possible. A quick reminder before we start, if you have not done so already, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe
and leave me a comment down below if you live in Sweden, which of these items you have, and if you don't live in Sweden, which of these items you are most amazed by.
Okay.
So, the first thing that I want to talk about is this seemingly very normal looking towel, but you dampen it and then you can wipe.
What? Are you kidding? They don't have those in. They don't have those towels, the sponge towels. When you wet them, they get soft and then you wipe. They don't have those in America. What do they clean with?
Wipe the counters with it. You can wipe like any surface with it. So instead of using paper towels and just wiping it and throwing it away.
You mean to tell me in America they use paper towels every time they need to wipe a surface, meaning they use copious amounts of paper? That's very environmental friendly, isn't it? Environmentally friendly. But we have those in England.
It away like we are used to doing in the US. This thing, you just wet it and you rinse it out, and then you can keep it for like, I don't know, it lasts for like a week or so. Yeah. So I'll show you how it looks when it's wet. When it's dry, it comes in a pack just like this, and then you wet it and it becomes like this. So it's really easy to wipe, and then you just rinse out all the crumbs or the dust or whatever from it. And it's really durable. As you can see, it's much more durable than a paper towel. And it's just so cool. And like everybody here uses these instead of paper towels. Yes. I think it's much more environmentally friendly because you're not constantly throwing something away, although it is a little bit thicker than a paper towel. So I don't know if it like evens out, you know, the material that you need to make this compared to a paper towel. I don't know, but I like to think that it's more environmentally friendly because it's Sweden, and Sweden is pretty environmentally friendly. We probably have these in the US. I'm just saying personally, I've never seen one, and everybody that I know in the US uses paper towels instead of this, or like a sponge.
That's so bad. They use paper towels to clean. I still can't get over that. That's a lot of wastage. I have paper towels in my kitchen too, but I use them sparingly. I use them when, I use them very sparingly. I prefer to use the cloth that dries and you can wipe and use it again and again.
But the thing with the sponge is then, you know, you're using the sponge for dishwashing and wiping the counter, so it's just kind of like cross-contamination. And with this, you're just using it to wipe the counters. So, really cool little tool that I was amazed by. The second thing that is really common here in Sweden that just blew my mind is this knäckebröd. Now this is a giant piece of extremely crunchy bread, essentially. Can't talk. And this is a common breakfast.
So I've never seen this before.
Breakfast item? Probably not the whole thing, but you break a chunk off and then you put like butter or cream cheese and vegetables and egg and a squeeze of callous caviar perhaps, and that would be a breakfast. And I've never seen this before in my life. The first time I saw this, I was like, what is this? It is so cool. I don't know, just something about how big it is and that it's a food item. It's just, I don't know, it's just, to me, this is like really, really cool. Other people in America, have you guys ever seen this? I know we have Wassa toast that's like similar to this, how it tastes and the crunchiness and everything, but I've never seen anything this big. Never seen it.
No.
And kind of pinballing off of that is the third item that I think is super cool, and it is this butter knife slash cream cheese knife slash basically a knife that you use to spread any type of spread. So instead of using a butter knife, this is what we call a butter knife in America, that is made of metal and could easily break such a crunchy piece of bread such as this. You use this plastic knife that is much more friendly, and you can get a bigger hunk of butter. You know, it covers a bigger surface area when you're spreading whichever spread you want.
Oh.
So basically,
I've seen plastic knives before in the UK. However, we don't use them. They're not in our kitchen. It's not a thing I see a lot. And also it's plastic, but I guess it's reusable plastic, so.
Basically, nobody uses this type of knife here. If they want to spread something, everybody has this type of knife. And also, it's not sharp, so you know you can't like accidentally cut yourself, so it's kid friendly. It's just, it's cool. It's cool, okay? Obviously, little things amaze me, and this is one of them. The next thing is this, dun 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 dun, egg slicer, which again, I'm sure we have these in America, but
egg slicer.
Eating eggs sliced on crunchy bread, I call it crunchy bread, knäckebröd, for breakfast is a really popular breakfast food. And in the US, usually we eat eggs scrambled or flipped or hard-boiled, but I don't see people like slicing them like this to eat on a sandwich very often. So every household that I've been to has this egg slicer. So you hard boil an egg and then put it here and then just slice it like this. And you have egg slices that you can easily put on your sandwich. Smart! The only thing I will say with this egg slicer is it's happened to me a few times that I have not cooked the egg for long enough, and then when you try to slice it, then the yolk kind of runs everywhere and it does get a little bit messy. So make sure when you hard boil an egg that you do cook it fully through so, you know, it doesn't get super messy. And the last thing that I've seen in Sweden that just truly amazes me, it's basically food in a tube. This is shrimp cheese in a tube, and this is callus caviar in a tube. And just food in a tube. Who eats food in a tube? Swedes, apparently. So,
to be fair, yeah, we don't really have things in tubes unless it's tomato ketchup, or it is. I think you can get garlic in a tube. What else can you get in a tube in the UK? Tomato puree in a tube, but we don't really have like food like callus caviar and shrimp paste and stuff. We don't have those.
So you open this, it has a little sharp edge here. So you go like this, you would pop it open like that, and then you would squeeze it onto your sandwich with your egg or your vegetables and eat it like that. And you keep these in the fridge after they're opened. And I've never seen food in a tube in the US. Again, we might have it, I've just never seen it myself. The only thing that I have seen in a tube is like
toothpaste
stuff that, like caulk, stuff that you use to renovate a house, you know, like cement. So definitely non-edible things. And there's a whole tubed food section in the supermarkets here. You can find mayonnaise in a tube, ketchup, or not ketchup, mustard in a tube, cheese, different kind of cheeses in a tube. So this is shrimp cheese. Then they have like salami cheese, ham cheese, all kinds of different cheeses in a tube. So cool. I'm also just realizing as I'm filming this video that nearly everything I'm amazed by has to do with breakfast. So maybe I'm just like amazed with Swedish breakfasts in general. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video on the differences of Swedish breakfast and American breakfast.
That'll be a good video. Swedish breakfast. What do you guys have for breakfast? I am intrigued. I may have to find a video about what you guys eat for breakfast.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Those were the things that are common in Sweden that to me, as somebody from the US, are just really cool and kind of blowing my mind.
Yeah, so the first one, the cloth, I've just always grown up with the cloth. The dry cloth, you put it in water, it gets soft, you wipe the surface. We have those in the UK. However, we do not have that massive, I don't even know what to call it, like cracker bread thing. We don't have that. We have like square versions, like small kind. I think it's the same type of rye bread. But we don't have that big round circular bread. And we don't have food in a tube unless it's like I said, like tomato puree or garlic paste. So that's a bit weird, that's a bit different. When I go to a supermarket in Sweden next year, I'm going to have to find some food in a tube with one of those big round rye bread things and having it on a cracker and trying it, or getting some callus caviar and trying it. Yeah, guys, tomorrow is Film Friday, like I do every Friday on my Patreon, link in the description. I watch a movie with my Patreon members, and tomorrow's movie is Evil on Scan. I think I said that right, or Unscan. Evil. It's a movie that I'm going to watch. It's a Swedish movie. Cannot wait to watch it. I hope you guys can make it. Click a link in the description if you guys fancy watching a movie with me or a TV show every Friday. Currently on season 3 of Odd for Sverige, and I'm watching a movie every week as well. So yeah, if you guys are interested, let me know. Click the link in the description. Have a great day, have a great weekend. Until the next one, I'll see you later.